Alright, so I'm just making this because it's something I want to talk about, and it's something I just care about. So, I'm just talking about art school and why I think art school is a scam, why I think art lessons are a scam, why I think it's stupid if you take art lessons or art classes, and all that. Yeah, so I guess I'll just talk about myself first, of how I got started making art. I've been making art since I was a kid, in my classes and stuff. Anyways, in like middle school, elementary school. One thing that's always stuck with me from that is some of the lessons I learned in my art classes. Like how to draw a tree. When I was in kindergarten, I was taught how to draw a tree. And it didn't connect with me that until I was like 21 or 20. I had drawn trees the same way my entire life. It's For anyone who's wondering, it was just you go two lines straight down like that, and then you take a line like that, so it's like a V, and then another V in the middle, and another V. That makes the roots. And then you draw like a little cloud shape for the leaves, and you have a tree. It's very basic. That was the way I learned to draw trees, and then I just was drawing trees like that my whole life. I never tried to change it or do anything different. It's because that was how I was taught. I was taught to draw a tree that way. So now I know how to draw a tree, kind of. Here's the truth of it. I know how to draw a tree one way. I don't know how to draw a tree. I can draw one tree. But yeah, I couldn't draw like any tree. So it's something that always stuck with me. Like, you go to art school, they're going to literally shape how your art looks. They are going to tell you, what you're doing is bad, even if it's maybe not bad. They just want it to look one way and look uniform and stuff. It's really gross. It's really a gross thing. And it's like with this stuff, you're going to pay money to learn a skill that you could just learn on YouTube. All this stuff is out there. Like, if you wanted to make movies or something, you can just make movies. You don't even need YouTube. You just make a movie. You want to write a poem, you don't need to learn to be a writer. You just write the poem. It's like we spend our whole lives consuming stuff. And why would we need to get lessons to make this stuff? It's like critics of this stuff don't take lessons. Like, they watch movies. They can see what's good, what's bad. I mean, I don't agree with critics. But, what's it called? People reviewing movies, obviously, they have a certain taste. Like, you can watch it and see. So there's some self-awareness. You just have to use that to help you to make your thing. And if you think it's good, it's good. That's really all that matters. Who cares if someone says it's bad? I mean, as long as you like it. I think the worst thing is when you're just retreading other people's ideas and expressing things they've already said, and that's the worst. And I feel like that's what happens when you go to an art school. Like, I was taking film classes, and it's like I spent a whole semester making one 4-minute short, and that was made in a weekend. It was made so quickly. Taking that film class did not encourage me to make movies. It actually discouraged me, because I felt like, I have to wait till I get to the more advanced classes to do the stuff I want to be doing. And I'm now in a group project with two people who don't have passion for this, one person who does. Yeah, like with that project, our producer did not produce shit. Same thing with another one who we gave some random credit. She didn't do shit. She acted in it. She provided her house as a set. She did more than the other guy, I'll say that, because she actually built a set. So she could get a set designer credit, whatever. I would be fine giving her one, but the other guy was not a producer. He didn't come up with any ideas. He didn't throw money at this. He didn't help us edit or film, or he didn't produce shit. We just put him down as producer because we were like, okay, you're the guy who does nothing in the group, and we're just going to help you get by. So whatever, that was that guy. We did that. And we made the movie. It's called Big Iron. I like that one. But yeah, I wish we had made more stuff. Like, we weren't really encouraged to make stuff in that class. And I don't think film school really does that for you. Just what I've seen of, like, friends who have gone to film school and, like, famous... Whoop. I had a low battery notification. Like, famous people, you make, like, a short or something every year. And you're supposed to, you build up and stuff, and like they encourage you to like sit on your projects and like wait to show them at festivals, and it's like, why would I do that? Wait to show it at some festival that like only these rich people can attend, and like I'm gonna just go get my ego boosted by some old rich man in a suit who doesn't give a fuck about me? Like, no, I'd rather put it on YouTube for free, where the people who have supported me and actually been watching the stuff I make and want to see it can see it first and see it for free. It would be a complete betrayal to those people if I was to take like a movie I made or something and say, okay, well, I'm premiering it here at this festival. I don't give a fuck about that. I would feel horrible doing that, sitting in an audience of strangers watching this movie for the first time, knowing I could have already put it out on YouTube and already have been letting people watch it for free who actually want to see it. But now I say, okay, if you're a fan of me and you want to be there for this when it first releases, now you have to have all this money. You have to be able to travel to this specific location to watch my movie on a giant screen. And I'm going to do that while it tours for 2 years through the film festival circuit, while I try to get distribution and try to get deals. And it's like, I don't care about any of that. I don't want to do that. That's a headache, and two, it's a betrayal. It's complete betrayal. Yeah, it's just kind of a ramble, I guess, on art school, college, my feelings on it, film festivals. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna try to make more videos like this where I just talk kind of honestly about a subject and just give my thoughts. If you have anything like film related you want to hear about, you can ask it. I'm gonna try to answer it. And yeah, I'm gonna try to talk about directors I like and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe I can give y'all some recommendations of movies to watch. And I'm gonna do that here. I'm gonna use that right now. I've been watching a lot of like outsider filmmakers, and it's like, it's a term, you search it, outsider filmmaker, at least on YouTube. I haven't tried searching it on Google, but on YouTube I don't really get much results. I get some Vice videos, and those are really interesting, all 4 of the ones they've made on the outsider filmmakers. But there's one guy in particular, Giuseppe Andrews. I really relate to him and his movies. They're incredible. How I found Giuseppe Andrews was I was watching the movie Cabin Fever. He plays a party cop, Officer Winston. And I thought he was like the funniest part of the movie, so I wanted to see what else has he acted in. I went on Letterboxd and I saw, oh, he's directed like 70 movies, which is not all feature length. Some of them are shorts. Sadly, some of them seem lost. Yeah, I'm not too sure what is and isn't there. But from what I was reading, he deleted his website he had in 2014. He deleted it. What's it called? Yeah, Giuseppe Andrews. He was like a child actor. He was in, I don't remember the movie. I really don't know. I didn't grow up knowing who he was. I know he was in Detroit Rock City. And that's where he met Adam Rifkin, I think is the guy's name. And they made a documentary called Giuseppe Makes a Movie. It's really good if you're interested in watching it. That will definitely inspire you to make movies. What's it called? Yeah, watching that, I instantly knew, like, oh, this guy is like me. You know, he makes movies. You just make the movie. And everything he was saying too, I was like, wow, he's still on point. But anyways, this is besides that documentary. I was just gonna talk about his films. So the first one I watched was Who Flung Poo. It was really inspiring, and I recommend that one. And then I watched Touch Me in the Morning, which I didn't like as much. I think that was his first film. I'm not sure. It's an early one. I know that. And I watched Gwank, which Gwank was my favorite. I thought that one was really funny. Um, so yeah, his films, I recommend giving them a shot. Try them, see if you like them. I don't think they're films for everyone. They get weirdly racist at parts, which I don't like those parts of the movies. Um, I didn't think Gwank was very racist. I mean, it's definitely stereotypical, that one. But that one seemed to tone down the racism. That Touch Me in the Morning was really racist. That one I actually can say, like, just has, like, an awful scene in it. And, what was it? Who Flung Poo? Who Flung Poo, it's kind of racist, but not as much. You'll see what I'm talking about if you watch them. And you can just tell there's a lot of ignorance. It's like, all these white people from a trailer park saying the N-word, and, like, especially in Touch Me in the Morning, they're, like, chanting it, it's, oh my god, this is uncomfortable to watch. That one, I did not like that scene at all. But, what's it called? That's Giuseppe Andrews, and that's the first filmmaker I'm going to talk about. The second one, let's see. Oh yeah, Lloyd Kaufman. Lloyd Kaufman's been a huge inspiration to me. He's one probably more people will know. He's runs Troma. They produce and make horror movies. The most famous of which probably is The Toxic Avenger. And there's actually going to be a Hollywood remake with Peter Dinklage. I'm excited for that. Yeah, Troma is the shit. I love Troma. And my favorite Troma movie is Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. It's so good. I really think more people need to see it. It's a shame it did so badly. It's a movie they made for $500,000. It made 19,000 at the box office. It bombed. But it's a fantastic movie. If you watch it, you can see. And then, with Troma movies, they're not spending the money on the crew. You're not getting paid to act. You don't get paid to do stuff, really. Maybe a little bit, but not a lot. They're there because they want to be there. There's passion on that set. And you can tell the people making it are not making this movie just to make money because they want to be famous. Some people did. Watching the behind the scenes, you can tell. Like, the cinematographer for the movie seemed like an asshole. Just an asshole. And he was being a dick to Lloyd. The whole documentary, you could tell, like, just something's up with that guy. But, yeah, maybe he was just being pushed. I shouldn't write him off as an asshole. I don't know. But he was definitely being an asshole in the documentary. Oh, I will try to give him a little bit of credit that the conditions of their set, it would push you. It would push me if I was there. I know that because I'm, like, very claustrophobic, very OCD, and so, like, probably being on that set and, like, because what they were doing was they slept in a church nearby, and then they filmed at a closed down KFC. I think they were just renting the building and, like, just filming there. Yeah, the sleeping conditions they had, they all packed into this church, so they didn't have to pay for housing and stuff. And that's a good way to save money when you're making your movie, but it doesn't seem comfortable. But hey, sometimes you got to do that and eat peanut butter sandwiches every day and stuff like that. So they did what they had to, and they made the movie. It's incredible. And Lloyd has a ton of other fantastic movies. Troma's distributed over 1,000 stuff, 1,000 different titles. Lloyd didn't make all those. A lot of them are, like, Troma just distributes it. They find independent creators. And, yeah, a lot of it is, like, no budget or low budget. Stuff I would say is truly independent. Because nowadays, with an independent movie, people make independent movies for $1 million. I'm sorry, that's not independent. Where does an independent creator get $1 million? Like, you can't make an independent movie for that much. You really can't. Like, to me, like, independent is like $1,000, $5,000 maybe at most. Like, a $10,000 independent movie, I'd be like, wow, that's insane how much money is being spent on that. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous when people are like, "Oh, that could never be made today." It costs like $1 million if it was being made today. I don't know about that. I always think like I could make this for cheaper. I remember I was seeing what's it called? There were these lesbian movies playing, and it was at the Beverly, and the producers, they were kind people, but they talked about how nowadays you couldn't make a movie for less than $500,000, and they don't know how you would be an independent producer nowadays. And I was just thinking, like, I know, like, I literally make movies for free. You don't need to spend this much. I could make your movie, the movie you just showed us. I could make a shot-for-shot remake for free. Maybe not entirely for free, because I'm sure it's like food and stuff the characters eat or something, and like the costumes and stuff. I wouldn't need to copy all that. Anyways, point is, you can make it very cheaply and for free. The movie didn't do anything crazy. I mean, it was just two lesbians, and they're dating and stuff, and the people are assholes to them, and it's all dialogue. It's not like 100 years ago where, and Hollywood is obsessed with these roles we made literally hundreds of years ago, that like one guy operates the camera, one guy edits, some guy operates the lights. Like, you don't even need lighting. Lighting is the most useless department. The cameras we have nowadays, like, automatically adjust the lighting. They make it look good in camera. We're not using these clunky, film cameras from 100 years ago when this was just first popping up, this film stuff. Lighting really doesn't matter nowadays. Sure, you can use it for certain things, yeah, but it doesn't matter. And same with like being a camera operator. You don't need to pay someone who knows how to work a camera and knows how to develop film and shoot on film. It's all digital. You can shoot it yourself digitally. It's so easy to operate a camera. You just hold it and point. You can get a tripod if you don't want to hold it. That holds it still for you. Then you just set up the angle. You press record. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see, like, okay, this looks good, this doesn't. This is a weird angle, this is a good angle. It's really not hard to just sit there and look at it and think, does this look good to me? And if it does, then go for it. I think that's the most important thing, is not compromising on your creative vision. Yeah, when you go to film school, they're going to teach you, like, okay, you got to block this way, you light stuff this way, you shoot from these angles, you go, A shot to B shot to C shot, to B shot to C shot to B shot to C shot to B shot to C shot to D shot. I don't want to learn to fucking make movies like it's some formula I'm following, and I'm following a recipe, and I will get the perfect movie if I follow it right. That's just not how it works. It's really not. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other outsider filmmakers. I mean, I have them that I watch, but now I'm drawing a blank. I found this one guy, Todd Jason something. The movie he did was Evil Night. He's directed a few movies, like 10 or 12, I think, and he distributes them and like other independents. Screamtime Film is the company. I liked Undead Woods. I'm butchering the title. It was something Undead in the Woods, or Undead County. That was the name of it. That was okay. I didn't love it. It was okay, but that was their first movie I watched today. I want to see more. I do want to see more, because that one, I didn't like that one that much, to be honest. I did like it for the special effects, but I was just kind of bored by a lot of it. It seemed like it needed to be cut down. Like, if they cut out some scenes, it would have been a good movie, but they just, like, you're going from being interested, characters running from zombies, to, like, random footage of the forest and, like, of the sky. And it's like, this is supposed to be your intense action scene, and you're cutting to the calm, peaceful nature. It just took me out of the scene. Yeah, I liked it overall. I didn't hate the movie where I left half a star. That's how I review stuff on Letterboxd. Half a star or 5 stars. There's no in between. I want to show movies love, or I want to say I don't like it without being mean. I mean, I know half a star is mean, but it's just like, if you look at my whole profile, you'll realize it's not mean, because it's just yes or no. I'm just saying yes or no. So there's the two extremes, because I don't believe in stars. I think star reviewing is stupid. But yeah. There's only a few movies I've given half stars. I gave The French Connection a half star. That was the new Wes Anderson movie. I really didn't like that. That's the only one I can remember that I gave half a star to. I can't remember. If you go on, my letterbox is just Chloe Gwen. If you go on there, you can see. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it here, because now I'm hitting the 20-minute mark. I don't really have more filmmakers I want to talk about. I don't have a subject I want to talk about. But yeah. Did I talk about Joel Haver? I don't know if I talked about Joel Haver, but I'll just mention him. Joel was like my biggest inspiration. Just his talks, everything he says about Hollywood and the film industry is really truthful, and I think he's just a fantastic filmmaker. I love all his movies. Island was the first one I watched. I really liked it. And then I think I watched Drowning in Potential, and I fell in love with his movies after that. I watched Pretend That You Love Me, really liked that. I didn't expect to like it. I thought I was going to hate it. And from the minute I turned it on, I was so compelled, I just watched the whole thing. Yeah, Joel is a great filmmaker. Y'all should check out his stuff. I'm going to leave it there. Bye, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little ramble on the film industry and, independent filmmaking. Truly, independent. Not this. We're going to say we're independent, but we're still going to do this Hollywood crap. So, I mean, come on, it's like with these Marvel movies. Okay, sure, it cost $100 million to make, but you're paying Robert Downey Jr. $20 million. That's a fifth of your budget right there. You don't need to pay these actors so much. You don't need to pay these people so much. You can make the movie for less money. It's like a chef, Sure, a chef, you could pay a chef $2 to make you a burrito or $30. The only thing that is going to change the quality is the ingredients used and the skill of the chef. So maybe you can buy more expensive ingredients, yes, but there's going to be a cap to that, and it's not going to be very high of how much it would cost you. Like for a burrito, maybe you spend like $3 or $4 on ingredients, okay. That's not that much. But then the chef makes it into the burrito, it sells it to you for $30 or something, So is that really a $30 burrito? I wouldn't say so. Usually for me, when I think about how much stuff costs, I just think about the manufacturing cost. So, yeah, you got to think about that stuff. Like this, you can make movies for free. You could do it. Anyone could. Just like anyone could make, good food for free. Outside of needing to purchase the ingredients, let's just say you had a kitchen with infinite ingredients. The amount it would cost you to make a nice pasta versus just a crummy pasta, it's not really a big difference. The only thing that would make a difference is you. Like Robert Downey Jr. in that case, like he could have acted in the movie for $100. Of course, he's not going to do that, and I don't blame him, because it's Marvel. Why would you go work for Marvel for $100? Take all their fucking money and run. But what's it called? Yeah, I just say that more to prove a point of like you don't need to spend all this money. When you see these movies with these huge budgets, just know they're very inflated budgets. They're very, very fake. It doesn't cost that much to make a movie. You can make a movie in your backyard, in your house, in your car, in the wilderness for $0. Just use the stuff you have. Use your iPhone. Use a iPad. Use whatever you can to record. Use your laptop's webcam. You don't need a fancy camera, all this equipment. You just go out and do it. Just make the movie. You're going to feel so much better about yourself, because what's the alternative? You're going to sit on your idea, and that sucks. You just let the idea live in your head, and likely you're going to forget it. So is that really what you want? I mean, there are people, they go their whole lives. They have these ideas for films and movies and games and stuff, and they never make them because they don't think they're good enough. And they've been trained by society that there's a small subsection of people who are born talented and are born to make this stuff. And they are the ones who succeed, and they are the ones who get the money, and they make it. But that is not true. That's not true at all. You find often these people were selected. They were breeded. I mean, look at the music industry. It's full of these industry plants, these pop stars who they have no talent. They come out of nowhere and suddenly they're famous because a record label just pushes them and advertises them everywhere. And then suddenly you're like, oh, okay, I have to listen to this thing that's popular, but it's totally artificial popularity. The only reason it's popular is because these millionaires are saying, well, look, this thing's popular, you know? But it's not actually, it wouldn't have been popular if they weren't putting all this money in it. And then it's like, do people even really like this? Or are they just trained to like it? Like Marvel movies. Do people really like Marvel movies? Can you actually follow the action going on in a Marvel movie? Try to watch, like, go watch Avengers Endgame. Put on the final fight scene. It's just gray. It literally just looks like gray. You can't tell what's going on, who's fighting who. Like, this is your big celebration of all these characters, and it's a freaking green screen CGI mess that you can't even tell what's happening because they use so many quick cuts. It's like the minute something happens, they cut to a different angle where you can't see what just happened. So it's like, it makes you like think, oh, something just happened, but I missed it. This fight's going so fast. Oh my god. And they're just shooting the most incoherent action scenes. Because here's the thing. I used to not watch kung fu movies, so I thought, okay, fight scenes in movies are like this. Because I only had seen Marvel stuff, really. I didn't watch action movies. So, okay, the action, it goes fast. You can't really tell. But then I watched kung fu movies, like, oh, okay, yeah, you can actually see, like, what's going on and, like, who's hitting who and why they're getting hurt, and it made me realize, like, oh, okay, these Marvel fight scenes, they don't really know how to shoot them. Alright, well, I'm drawing a blank now. I don't know if I'm going to think of more stuff to say, but that's kind of just my little rant about, try to open your eyes, don't buy into this Hollywood bullshit. I mean, I'm sure a lot of the people watching this know that, but I'm just saying this for people who maybe don't come around this channel often, don't really give films like mine a chance. Maybe expand your mind a little, try something new, make a movie yourself. You should make a movie. I think everyone should make movies. The world would be a better place if we all just made movies. It's really not hard. If you just pick up a camera and you record yourself for a week, you will inherently come out of that week with a compelling film. I guarantee it. 100%. I guarantee it. That happened to me, recently. I made a Moment in Time. A Moment in Time was just me recording myself for a whole week. I set specific times of when I was allowed to record. I did it. And I made the movie. Even more of an example of that, a little under 3 hours in a car. It's a film I made in 3 hours. Every single piece of editing done, and like song and stuff, it was all made in that 3 hour period. I might have actually used old music. I don't know. I can't remember because I don't know if I put any of my beats and stuff in there. My friend Rose makes beats too. I take their beats sometimes for the movies, but I've only used I think I only used their beats in. There was one I used in Multiverse. I don't remember if I used their music in other ones. What's it called? Usually it's me. Usually the music of mine you'll hear is just me singing. Because I don't really play instruments. I can, but I don't. I don't. I don't have the space for it. I've wanted to get a guitar. Anyways, that's besides the point. Wow, we're hitting the 30-minute mark. I do want to keep talking, but I just want to end this because I don't want to make this video a nightmare to get through. And the point of it has kind of gone all over, but yeah, mainly it's just that anyone can make movies, and you don't need film school to make one.